Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with day 12 of 30 days of sketches and Scraptember. And the Scraptember prompt is cut file and the sketch is this. And I had all kinds of plans. The cut file I want to use is this one. And I was going to maybe do another heart behind it or doodle something, and I was looking for scraps of paper to use, and I decided I really don't want anything else on here other than this cut file. So I thought about, okay, maybe leave the white cut file and use it on a black background. I had selected these photos. They're terrible photos, so I printed them very small. They're from the 25th anniversary of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was over at James and Nikki's house helping with Nikki was leading a Girl Scout troop, and Katie and Allie were both in that troop. So I was over helping her. When I got home, John had been on the internet getting us tickets to this concert. It was 2 days at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And I was so excited. And it was like our first experience buying tickets from quote unquote scalpers, like secondhand inflated prices kind of thing. And the first night we bought the ticket from a woman whose husband had gotten the tickets and had to work or something, and we had to meet her at a mall in Paramus, New Jersey. And she was there, and she was great, and we had dinner together, and really enjoyed talking to her and getting to know her. And the tickets for the second night, the woman we bought them from overnighted them to us, and they arrived at home before we left to go to the concert. So we drove from Atlanta to New York City, drove to our hotel in New York City, drove around New York City, and then drove back down and stayed on the Jersey Shore. It was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful trip. And we got to see, I've got photos here of Aretha Franklin, Jerry Lee Lewis, and B.B. King, and there were so many others. Tom Hanks was the MC, and he hosted an HBO show that had a lot of the performances there, and so I mean it was really great. It was another one of those things that we couldn't believe we did. So I wanted, you hear there's strips of paper. Well, I've got a strip of photos. I just decided to print them as the strip, and I'm going to do them diagonally across. I have this little camera that I didn't use on a project the other day, so I thought I'd kind of put it over here. I've got a flare with all kinds of colors. So I thought, what can I do to jazz this up? Well, let's just color it. So I've got my handy little ink spreaders, and I've got my Distress Oxides in rainbow colors. So I'm just gonna do it. And there's a glare on that. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. This mat is a wonderful mat, but it does have a reflective surface. So I'll cover it up with this, which is an old sketch that I printed on the reverse of this one, so you'll be able to see better. Okay, and I'm gonna take out the pink. I'm gonna start with pink, and we're just gonna kind of do a little pink across here, and Okay, not crazy about the way that immediately went on, so I'm going to have to be careful with that. Let's do the red, and I'm going to maybe brush off the page and kind of go. These are going to be rainbow colors, but they're not going to necessarily be all lined up. They'll kind of, I thought about trying to do them diagonally, and then I thought, well, I could kind of run out of space there. Let's see. I may actually spray a little water on this to get, but I'm gonna try to get them all on. Let's do a little orange up next to that red, and I'll kind of do a little along here. See how that's looking. That's okay. And we're going to go with some yellow now. And I'm going to go over here and kind of bring the yellow down. Do a fair bit of yellow there and some on here. And now we're going to go green, and I should tell you, I guess the red I used is candied apple, the pink is picked raspberry, the yellow is mustard seed, the orange is carved pumpkin, and the green is mowed lawn. Kind of go like that with the green, and I don't want to get any one color completely underneath the photo strip. So I don't want to cover it up. The blue is Salty Ocean. I'm going to kind of go here. And then let that blend down into the purple, which is going to hit the yellow. So I'm going to have to kind of be careful not to make mud. I'll kind of blend the purple up into the blue. That's not really blending very well. It's not blending really at all. Okay, and I may bring some purple around up here, kind of blending into that pink. Okay, so here's what it looks like on the page, and I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to put this down here, and this should go fairly quickly. I'm going to sit down now. I have been standing up. So let me do this, and let's see. Well, that's going to cover up the purple tip there. Okay, if I do this, there's green on one side and blue on the other. So that's good. What I'm going to do now is put some tape, foam tape behind it to kind of give it some lift from the paper. And we'll see, I want to be sure and support that and that. And this could be a 5-minute video if I didn't have to do this. I'm going to put a tiny bit down here. And I know it's going to show, but I think, no, it actually doesn't have to show. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I don't really want to do a lot of flowers. I'm going to do journaling around the outside of the heart. And that's where the title's going to go. I may run the title along the music if there's room. The title's going to be Rock Hall Vibes. And I have the letters in this alpha, which has upper and lower case, so it's not going to take too long. Okay, this is not fascinating, watching me take the backing off the tape, so I apologize. But here we go. Whoops. Let me stand up and make sure that's centered. Okay, and now I've got that. I'm going to run a piece of tape down the length of it rather than trying to back it with foam. It's not like I've got a lot of, embellishing that's going to need to go on it. So I want to be sure that I have that green on one side and blue on the other. And then I've got this, which can go here. And I have tape on it. Do that. Okay. And I could probably do the rest of this off camera. I think I will stop the video now. I'm going to have to, well, let's just see. Let's see where I want to do the title. I know I was thinking I wanted to write around the heart, but I may write around the border instead of that, so that I can do, let's see, so I can do the title on the heart. So I'm gonna write backwards. Do I really want to do that, or do I want to just let it end here? And I need a B. And a little I. Let me get a tweezer. Oh. And get the dot. We get a capital V. And I've got a couple of L's. An A, I have to say this because I am very likely to misspell it if I don't. Let me get a capital H. And this was Halloween time in 2009. So I need a K next. And hopefully I have room for my R. That would be a problem if I didn't. So I'll put my small letters kind of close together. And let me get my big R. I think it's gonna work. So there we go with Rock Hall Vibes. And I think we're done. I kind of took some liberties with the sketch. I did use a cut file, I did use a heart, and I used a strip. so I'm kind of on point there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 13. Bye.